Oh,
We are
back in the
the
hospital room. Back in the hospital waiting room.
Yes.
So this week we're going to talk about hospitals.
Hospitals.
ADHD and hospitals.
I can almost hear all of our listeners going, "Oh yes, fantastic."
I know, right? I've been so looking forward to this one.
Yes. Thank God for you guys.
I know, right? So let's go to the place where the distractions are landmarks and the detours are the main roads. Welcome to ADHDville.
Hospitals, waiting rooms, syringes, amputations, infectious diseases, other departments.
Radiology.
Radiology. Hello, I'm Paul Thompson. I was diagnosed with the combined ADH and the D again, according towards a bunch of years ago.
And I'm Martin Weston. I was diagnosed not in a hospital, but in a sort of in a psychiatrist's office with the combined poo-poo platter in 2013. And we start off as we have been doing recently in the King's Agitated pub in ADHDville, where Paul and I, the ex-co-mayors of ADHDville, sit at the back and enjoy a drink.
Yeah.
And I'm on my smoothie tip still, so I've got like
finished it. Yeah, I've just finished my smoothie.
All right, mine is today. It's banana and mango.
Oh, nice!
I know,
nice.
Every day is different. See, that's the thing. My
variety.
That's where there's right. So this is where the ADHD and the autism come to play, because the autism part likes having that smoothie every day as a routine.
Yeah.
But my ADHD side has to like switch it up, otherwise I just get bored. So
yeah. Well, I also have to have the fruit quite near to the blender.
Mm-hmm.
The fruit bowl is not the other side of the house. It's within about 1.5 meters of the blender.
Right, so you can just...
Otherwise, I don't associate the two. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Nice. All right, well, let's get in the tractor and make our way. Where are we going, Paul?
I think we'll go to the coffee shop, Martin. The coffee place.
Oh, you know what? Sounds like a nice chill place to talk about hospitals. So let's just jump in. There we go. Whoa, we're off. All right. I've been exclusively drinking in my local coffee shop matcha tea with lavender and honey. It's been like
exotic.
That's been my... I tell you what, lavender is definitely the flavor of 2025. It is like everywhere.
Okay. Did you hear, talking of, that kind of thing, if you smell, if you're lucky enough to have like in your garden, if not, you can grow it on your windowsill, rosemary. Okay.
Yep, I've got several growing outside.
Okay. Give it a sniff every day. It's great for ADHD and autism.
All right.
It kind of ignites makes your brain more efficient. They've done tests on it. Give a little bit of a sniff to your rosemary every day. It's supposed to.
I honestly go out there and sniff my herbs. We plant lemon balm, which is a plant, and it smells amazing. It smells like
balmy
lemons. Oh, so good.
I like coriander.
All right. Yes, I have that too. I have that too. Um,
Nice.
I know.
Nice. So we're going to be
I
talking about hospitals today.
we are,
Right?
we are, we
We
are.
are. Which can
Where?
be,
Because
yeah,
go on, which can be.
they can be challenging places.
Yes.
So where are you on hospitals? Because for me, I actually writing this script today, I've come to realize that I actually like hospitals. There's something that
Oh,
I find them very agreeable to my way my mind works.
there is. You know what? I was thinking whether you were gonna what side you were gonna come down on
All
hospitals because
right,
it's easy to say I hate hospitals, right? Which
right.
for the most part I do, but then there is actually a kind of a fascinating side to it as
Oh
well.
yeah, I find them. I've just find them infinitely fascinating.
Mm,
There's different elements of them on like top level. They're very ordered places, right? So and
right.
this I love signage systems, which feeds into my I like order. I like order. In certainly signage, hospital signage systems. I just love those places, and
Right.
I actually
There is a lot of
downloaded a
signage.
list of potential signs that you might see in a hospital. I've only after so 56. I've only realised what ENT means after all these years.
ENT. I don't.
Ears, nose, and throat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Right. I
Uh,
thought ent. What the hell is ent? I thought is it like a stent without the stir bit?
no,
I was
it,
like, what is that?
it's
No,
a
it's ears, nose, and throat.
it's a tree. It's a tree in the Lord of the Rings.
Oh yes, that's
That's
true.
that's what ents are. And I won't
Yeah.
hear any other explanation.
No, no,
Um,
no.
so
Weirdly, though,
I
coincidentally, I was talking to
well
someone yesterday about ents,
yes
the trees, and
okay
it
of course
came literally yesterday. Literally, he came up with the idea for those trees because he just had an argument with his neighbours because they had just cut down a tree that he really loved,
ah
and
oh
that's his
wow
inspiration for the ents in Lord of the
okay
Rings.
oh wow that's
Okay,
nice.
it's nice.
So I
So,
I
where do
was
you
in
fall
hospital.
on hospitals?
Well, I try. Well, if you are going to fall anywhere, a hospital would be the
That's
perfect
true.
place to
Nice, I like that.
fall to have a tumble. I was in hospital last year because I had kidney cancer. So I was there for a good few days, and then I visited my wife who was in there um, about a month or so ago. So I have fairly fresh
Mm,
memories of being both a patient and the
mm,
visitor. Um,
yes. I
and
mean, most of us have had bad experiences, haven't we? Of course, you know they're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to be places where you choose to go.
no, no, you don't choose. Well, yes, no. Generally, yeah, there is something wrong with you. You
Yeah,
go to the hospital. It's never going to be fun. It's not like going to a theme park, is it? It's not like going
yeah.
to
No,
did
no
it
one chooses to
to
go to a
Disney,
dentist. It's like, oh, I know. You know what? I haven't been to a dentist for a while. I think I'll go there today just for fun. No,
right?
but
Well, that's
when
going
I'm
to be
there, I do find them fascinating.
all
The
right.
orderliness. Um, I like, for instance, I remember when my son was born, and there was just like I remember watching this anaesthetist that came in,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I like the idea that this person has a very very specific job, and that's all they have to do, you know,
Right.
anaesthetize. That
Mm-hmm.
appeals to me. That
Yep.
everyone
Yep.
has
Yep.
a very set like role, and they generally
Right.
keep to it.
Mm-hmm. You are definitely like a. You find you like function. Like there is
Hmm.
beauty in function, like the signage.
Yeah,
like the,
It-
the kind of orderliness, and the fact that just from a sort of just because I've got my sort of a design head on, suddenly everything has to be clear, right? You can't
mhm.
fancy things up.
No.
Everything is quite direct. All
Mhm.
the signage, everything is all just quite.
Yeah.
It's about function. So what I do like is those graphical displays when you're hooked
Mhm.
up to a monitor and it has a big thing and it says and it shows your heart rate and it shows your blood pressure and it
Yeah, yeah.
shows your oxygen levels and all of that and that kind of they look cool. They look
Yeah.
they look like something out of
Yeah.
Star Trek. I like those.
Practical use, isn't it? And even like I like doctors and nurses because they're straight talkers. You know, if you want their opinion, they'll give it. They won't sugarcoat it. I
Oh,
remember once when again in the same room
mm,
actually where the anaesthetist came, there was a lady next door giving birth without help from drugs. Okay, and the nurse came. I for some reason I kind of knew that the nurse had come straight from her room into my room. Okay, where my
hmm,
son was about to be born, and I said to her because she was screaming, this lady, with pain.
right.
Okay, and I said to the nurse, "Is she crazy?" And she said, "No, sir. She's very, very brave."
I was going to say, yeah,
Yeah, and so
that
I
told
mean, of
you.
course, that's true. I mean, I love that. I love that kind of straight talkiness that you get from a nurse,
Right. I would say
and especially nurses. I think nurses are even more straight talkers than doctors.
I would say they definitely are straight talking up to a point, and then they are definitely not straight talkers at all. Like trying to get a prognosis out of anyone is extremely difficult. They won't tell you what is going on or what they think is
Yeah,
going on.
yeah, because they can't, I
Like,
suppose, because
yes,
they're like they have to. They want to be sure that they are the person who can give you that information,
right.
even if they have it.
And then when you get to like end of life care and you get into that world where you've
Hmm.
got like someone there and they're towards the end of life, then you really see how they don't tell you so much, um,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
various reasons. Yeah, they are straight talking up to a point, and then they're definitely like not straight talking at all, and you have to really dig.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying, but especially if you're in like a hospice, um, like you're getting they're filtering information based on a need to know basis.
Yeah, I mean, hospitals are about trying to keep you alive. They
Yeah.
won't ever say anything that is not about trying to keep that person alive. Anyway, um, I would
Anyway,
say, what I like about hospitals is is there anything I really like about hospitals? I mean, like how you can get a dopamine from having an argument, for example. there's there's that sort of negative sort of a
right.
dopamine rush that you get, um,
Yes.
if you're sort of like having an argument and you're like charged up and you're
Yeah.
there and your whole nervous system is kind of
Yeah.
excited and
Anxious.
ablaze.
Yeah.
Um, so some people to get a dopamine hit will have an argument, and hospitals feel a little bit like that. Like there's a certain anxiety when you walk in that is kind of, there is something kind of quite nice about it
Yeah,
as well. You know,
yeah,
there's something exciting about it, weirdly.
yeah. But there's unpredictability about it all,
Right.
you know, and you don't know what's going on around the corner. You have no idea,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um, Someone could be dying. Someone could have just had some amazing news because they've been cured of something. Could be anything, couldn't it?
Right.
Um,
I mean,
I once got lost in a hospital. I mean,
well, that's
ridiculously
so
lost. I
easy.
was with my son. Yeah, we ended up in the basement, and there was this. We started going along this incredibly long corridor without any exit until you got right to the end. So there's no way of getting. There's only one way of going, and there must have been about 100 meters of this corridor. I'm not kidding. It was very long, but there was a small group of there was a family group pushing a trolley with clearly with a dead relative on the trolley
Right.
in a
Oof.
zip bag.
Ouch.
Okay, and I couldn't overtake. I just felt like it was
Oh,
disrespectful,
no.
but they were going ever so slowly out of
Oh,
respect, I
no.
suppose. It's not something you do fast. You don't rush a trolley in that situation. So it seemed like it took half an hour to get from one end of the corridor to the other.
Blimey.
Yeah, but
Um,
I could get
I
lost
mean,
in a hospital quite easily.
oh, yeah. They are very confusing places, e- especially if you're trying to find someone for the first time. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know someone's in there, and you have to ask a load of people to
yeah.
try and find where they are.
Yeah, and then
That's
in
silly.
looking for that person, you end up
Oh
having to
God.
like crane your neck and looking into rooms, and again that unexpected element. You don't know what's going on, but you feel like you're intruding on something very intimate, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
you have to look. You think, okay, if the nurse says, "Oh, it's the third room on the right," but you're still looking at all the other rooms
Oh yeah, I know, right?
if they're on,
I know.
especially if they're on the right, just in case you didn't hear it properly. So, so there's an element of discomfort.
Right, especially in my case when the guy behind the desk told me the wrong room number
Oh God!
to
Right.
go in, and then okay, look, this is a stupid story, right? But
Okay.
I, he said, "Oh, it's room 403, right?"
Uh huh.
And so I went into room 403. I just went in, and then there was a very attractive woman in there, and I went,
Yes.
"Oh, sorry." I just like went out, and I went back to the desk, and I said, "Yeah, yeah, room 403. Yeah, that is not my wife. I mean, she is an upgrade, but I would much rather I actually visited my actual wife.
Right.
I think that was that was my stress talking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like how you kind of just say
And what did he
stupid things
say?
when you're anxious. Oh, I
What did
know.
he say?
He just went, and then he told me the right room number.
Okay.
But I mean, Jesus, yeah.
Nice.
So I apologize to my wife. I was anxious. I was making an anxious joke. Um,
The
I
best ones. The
mean,
best ones are anxious.
I know.
Um.
I mean, the things that really wind me up about hospitals, the noise, the constant noise,
Yeah.
the people
Yeah.
and machines, and the
Yeah.
beeps. Um,
What about
even as a guest,
uniforms?
what their uniforms?
Their uniforms.
I don't have a problem with their. Do
Yeah.
you have a? Do you have a?
No, I have the opposite. I have the opposite of a problem. I find them really interesting.
All right. Oh, I don't.
I find a
In
lady in a nurse's outfit extremely attractive, and I don't mean like
blimey.
the Victoria's Secret kind of like thing with suspenders and stuff. No, I mean just a normal you know
All right.
normal nurse's
White
outfit.
coat.
Normal,
All right.
yeah, very attractive.
Or blue. Oh Jesus. I mean, look,
Yeah,
Paul, my mum was a nurse, right? So the whole nurse's
yeah,
outfit does not work for me
yeah.
in the
Well,
slightest.
my mum was a psychiatric nurse. My grandfather on my mum's side was a psychiatric nurse. He was head nurse at St Ebba's mental
Ooh,
institution in Epsom,
runs in the family.
and yeah, runs a and my son is now a nurse.
Wow. What
There's
went wrong
nurses. There's a lot of
with it?
nurses. To know. It
What
skipped a
went wrong with you?
generation. I went to
I draw
graphics.
pictures.
Although I did work a lot with scalpels. I was like a
Yeah, there we
surgeon.
go. There we go.
There's your connection if you're looking
Yeah,
for it.
I'm looking over here for my scalpel. I always have a scalpel to hand. Oh, there it is. There we go.
I've got
Scalpel.
another thing that really appeals to me. It's cable racks. You know when you go along the corridor. Oh, nice.
Right.
You know like, when you're going along a corridor and they're like they've got so many cables going on that they at some point they've got like external cables and they're like suspended from the ceiling, bulging
Mm-hmm.
with cables. Love those.
You love a good bunch of cabling.
I love a bunch of cables going, in
Um,
like kind of like random directions.
right. I would say that certainly here in in American hospitals, you will have two people to a room separated by a curtain. So
Yeah.
you are literally like you can hear absolutely everything that the
Uh huh.
person next to you is doing, farting, thinking, burping, shouting, whatever.
All the
And
above.
that is just so
Mm.
dysregulating right there. I mean, as a guest or whether you're, you know, in the bed, it's just like, oh God, you are that's just the worst. The worst. They're
Do
right
you
there.
So in
The,
America, right? There's some weird traditions. I'm not sure if it happens anymore. In the UK, in the 70s and 80s, if you were visiting someone in a hospital, you would take grapes and Lucozade. Do you
I
remember
don't
that?
know. Um, yeah, I remember that being in the UK. Yeah,
In the States, what do they do?
I, I don't. I mean, I don't. mm, I don't. I think you bring flowers, maybe. Yeah,
So
stupid
nothing
things.
to eat or drink.
N-
But where does
no,
that come from? Where does that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Grapes, other than they're kind of neatly packaged.
I don't know.
They're easy to eat.
Well, they're handy little snack bubbles.
Yeah, you wouldn't take a grapefruit, would you?
No, no,
Just a grape.
just 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 a grape. I mean, I also the if all of the wires. So if you are in bed and you're hooked up to a, a machine, there's a bunch of wires coming from you into a machine, which means every time that you move, or you're there as a looking out for the patient, and they're moving, you have to dance around all of these wires the whole time.
Yeah, yeah,
They're just like those, and you're scared about accidentally pulling one out or touching anything. It's just like I just find the whole wire thing to be
yeah, yeah.
just to be very stressful.
Talking of stressful, There is one aspect of hospitals that I really don't like:
Hmm.
hospital canteens.
All right. Oh yeah, I was in one.
Just horrible places. I'll
Yeah.
avoid them at all cost because they remind me
Oh,
of hospital food. Just the worst thing in the world.
there is
For
one
me,
hospital
it's like a
food
sensory nightmare.
that I love. Right. So when I was having my kidney chopped up, and I came out of the anaesthetic, the first thing that they would feed me was this little sort of vanilla pudding,
Hmm.
and it came in a tub, um, and I loved these.
Hmm.
And so every time I go to a hospital, I go down to this hospital canteen, and I look for this little vanilla tub,
No.
and I buy them, and they are fantastic, I love it. And the interesting thing is, I can buy them at the supermarket down the road,
Right. But they
right?
don't taste the
But
same.
no, they only
Okay.
taste right in a hospital.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, for
If
sure.
it's
Because it's the air thing, isn't it? There's like disinfectant in the air, like heavily,
that's right. There's
which
something
changes it.
about yeah.
Yeah. In Italy, hospital food is associated with something very specific: fennel soup.
Okay.
Yeah, which I love, but no one eats them outside of hospital because they're very strong. It's very strongly associated with hospital food. But I love
Oh,
fennel soup.
I
It's
might
just
have to
something
make
really
some.
specific.
I have some fennel growing outside, so I
Oh,
might have to.
nice.
I might have to make
Do you
some
know
fennel soup.
what's really nice with fennel? Just a sidebar: raw fennel chopped up
Mm-hmm. Yep.
with oranges. So
Okay.
take an orange, fennel
All
and
right.
orange as a side salad is phenomenal.
All right.
Little bit of pepper, little bit of olive oil. Bob's your auntie.
All right. Love it.
Okay,
There you are. You get like
it's a
cookery tips
Sicilian
as well.
dish. It's a
All right.
Sicilian dish.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Um,
Okay.
I have. I have.
What about?
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say one important thing is, I think, is which I realised last time around, is hospitals are not always going to be very good. Like if you are neurodivergent, they're going to be very taxing on you with the overhead lights and the noise and the stress and all of that. Um, and it's important to try and regulate yourself, because what I found is that if you're going to visit someone who is ill and in hospital,
Hmm.
and you're sitting there and you are starting to stress out,
Yeah, yeah,
and because you're getting all this and you're getting overstimulated, then
yep,
the ill person in the bed ends up having to like look after
yeah.
you,
Totally.
because you're starting to have a little sort of a little mini meltdown. So
Yeah.
it's
My
it's
dad is
it's
like that.
it's
My
important to
dad is
kind
a
of like,
nightmare in hospitals.
right, and you right. So it's just good to like know yourself
Hmm.
and try and you know don't be the one
Yeah.
that everyone has to like fucking look after.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so
Yeah.
bring headphones. Do only
Hmm.
stay for a certain amount of time, whatever it is that you need to do, so that you can
Hmm.
not.
When my mum was getting
Ugh.
chemotherapy in a hospital, my dad would visit, but he'd always have to take a newspaper, and that was his way of regulating himself
All right.
because he
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
found hospitals deeply troubling and
Mm-hmm.
discomforting. And you
Yes.
just like my mum would be like there, and she's like just being go through chemo, and she needs like a helping hand, and my dad just couldn't handle it. He'd just be sitting in the corner in an armchair reading the paper,
Yeah.
and that was just his way of regulating. But still,
Right. And I would top tip if you are in hospital and you need to get away, there is always a chapel in the hospital where you can
Mm-hmm.
just go and it'll be quiet and you can just sit in
Yeah.
there um, and
Yeah.
just kind of like
That's a good call.
catch
That's definitely a good
catch a
call.
few minutes
Yeah.
of peace.
Yeah. How are you with accident and emergency services, waiting rooms? So, when was the last time you had to go in A&E?
Oh, you know what? I don't. I'm struggling to think if I ever have been in A and E. I know I have done, but it was fairly. It was years ago, and
Okay.
it wasn't too bad.
Last time I
But
went, I
I
was
know you
in
have.
Turin. Yeah, I've been a few times because believe it or not, in 20 years I've been living
Mhm.
in Italy. I've never had my own GP. So whenever I've had problems, I would go to A&E because it would just get so bad. I'd I'd let it go and let it go, hoping it would just go away until it got so bad I'd have to like walk myself to the A&E department. Right. And
Mhm.
one time I woke up in the morning and my head was spinning and the room was spinning, but I mean really violently to the point I couldn't stand up. And I thought, whoa, what the hell is going on? And it was really bad. And and then I thought it will pass. It's never happened to me before. Then the next day I woke up and it was the same again, but even worse.
Oh
So then I
boy.
got up and I walked to A&E. I was like zigzagged to A&E,
Mhm.
and I was there for a few hours.
Jeez.
And it was a stone that had come loose in my ear. I said, "Oh yes, so it's normal when you're in your 50s. There's a kind of stone in your ear that gets has been consumed over the years, and this kind of thing can happen, and you lose your balance basically." But yeah, I was there for hours, and I didn't dislike it, even though I was there for hours and hours, left on a trolley for like in the corridor for like 5, 6, 7 hours. I didn't dislike it actually.
Hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Um,
Interesting.
that's very. I know. Well, I was just
It's
thinking. Like
interesting.
obviously, us lot with ADHD, like we often end up in the fucking in the A&E in the accident
Mm,
and in emergency room because we've done something stupid, or as you
yes.
say, we
It's a
we've not treated a problem until it's become like
yeah,
hospital worthy.
yeah. It reminds me of one of the first episodes we had. We talked about our experiences when we were looking after our cars, and our cars would just get so bad. We would just forget to take them to the mechanic, forget to get a service, to the point where they would just blow up on the road in front of us. That's how I treat my body. You know,
Oh boy,
I don't
Paul,
take it for
your
an
your your
MOT
your
enough.
internet's got really slow. All right, I think now maybe
Alrighty.
we get on to rating
Yes.
hospitals. Is it a dopamine hit or is it a
Oh, give me
burnout
that
thing?
banjo. God,
Is it a
love a
dopamine
banjo.
hit or is it a
The
burnout
banjo is
thing?
definitely banjo is definitely a dopamine hit, but dopamine hit. It is a big one actually.
Ooh,
Surprisingly,
okay.
I think it's high. I think it's like an 8.5 for me.
Wow. All right. You get a lot of
I
dopes
do.
from the
I
from the
should have been a
hospital.
nurse. I should have carried on the family tradition.
It's in the blood, mate. It's in
It
the
is
blood.
literally.
Jesus.
How
All
about
right. Well,
you?
I am definitely not, even though it is in the blood, because my mum was a nurse and her mum was a nurse. So we do come. I do have that in my blood. I would still say that. I mean,
And you've worked in a
hospitals.
hospital.
Have I worked in one?
Well,
Yes.
in a sort of hospital.
Yeah, I worked in a mental institution, a big old Victorian.
Yeah.
I mean, proper, proper sort of proper sort of gothic
Yeah.
brick mental institution out in the woods where it
Lovely.
was
Lovely.
it's proper scary.
Proper scary.
Yeah, but I would rate hospitals. I mean, like low. I think I'd get about maybe a 2
Oh, it's
out of it.
low.
Yeah, for
Oh,
me, yeah,
okay.
it's I don't get much out of them. I get a bit, but
Yeah.
but it's more of a
Okay.
struggle. All right. And what was your burnout score
Burnout.
out of 10?
Burnout. This is a tricky one. I think there's only high burnout because the dopamine is quite high. So by the time I like I come out of the hospital, I'm exhausted. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess that's normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd say burnout score is a 5 though, an even 5. Nothing
All
particularly
right.
crazy. Yeah.
All right. I'm definitely going higher. I mean, there for me, it's an 8.
Ooh.
It's up there. So I find hospitals very draining with a bit of
Yeah.
interesting dopamine hits, but it sounds like you're on the other end.
Yeah, I'm the other end. Also, just as if as if only for like the aesthetics of it as well. You know, what comes to mind is like the kind of Stanley Kubrick kind of scene. Even if it was in his case, it was a hotel, massive hotel. It's the same kind of aesthetic for me. I like it. I like it a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
All right. Okay, then let's. What we have to do now is to jump in the tractor, and we're going to go over to check on progress. At see how Alexandra, the
Yes,
postmaster general, how her.
let's do that.
I was going to say pub, but but she's but she told me that she's that it isn't a pub. It's an inn.
It's an inn in like
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings style.
Yes.
Okay.
And an inn is different from a pub because you can you can rent rooms and you can sleep
Yes,
there and you can
exactly.
and all that. All right, let's jump in, make our way over to her place.
Get up. There she goes. Oh, oh,
I know. Apparently
castanets.
she says that this place is haunted. Apparently,
Oh, her
um,
inn is haunted. Okay.
her inn is haunted since she says that she feels like the ghost co-host, which rhymes. Ghost co-host.
Okay.
And yeah, so even though this inn is still being built, it is already occupied with a ghost. It's like they couldn't wait to get in.
Yeah. Well, it's probably they're not easy to get rid of, are they? It's not like they come and go with new residents. They're kind of
Right?
like
Yeah, they just
fixed furnishings.
yeah. Um, she also hasn't come up with a name for this inn yet, so
Okay. All right.
it's incoming.
Incoming. Okay.
I would she did say about and this kind of so if so she writes nice long comments in the on the YouTube channel, so go and read it all
Yeah.
because it's always fun. um One thing that she did say about one of the weddings that she went to was that she left the wedding and ended up at 7 a.m. at a cafe.
Yeah.
And I know that you and I have been in that kind of place, like where I'm pretty sure where you've been out for a night,
Yes. We used to stop
and then
over in Streatham High Street for a
right,
kebab at
yeah,
6 or 7 in the morning.
right, yeah, and you end up. I like that. There is something special about when you've been partying all night and you go into the
Yeah.
morning and you just go in to get breakfast in a cafe or a cup of coffee. It's just
I can't
a
remember the
nice.
last time I did that. It's a
I know,
probably I
it
was
was.
probably with you in London somewhere.
Yes, I know. And she did give she gave a weddings a score, which is which is good. I think our scores for the wedding was something like 3.5. Um, was quite low. Anyway, so her scores were, I think it's 3 for dopamine and 9 for
Yeah, 9 for
burnout.
burnout. Yeah, which is
Yeah,
high,
yeah.
high, especially if you're leaving the wedding at 7 o'clock in the morning. Blimey, yeah,
Hmm.
that's my worst nightmare. It really
Yes,
is.
but Greek weddings do sound like fun. And what we didn't talk about was, which we should have done, is because there's a lot going on at weddings. If you're like a guest,
Mm.
and you're neurodivergent, you will tend to hit the alcohol to kind of
Yes.
cope with it.
Oh, massively, yeah. Especially British kind of well, I guess in most cultures, it's
Yeah,
like serious amounts of alcohol. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I was talking to some Albanian clients of mine a couple of weeks ago. In Albania, they have two weddings: one where the bride in the village where the bride lives, and one where the groom lives on different
right.
days. And they
Hmm.
could be like weeks apart, but they have to have them in both villages.
Ooh,
Lots of dancing
lovely.
and booze, I'm sure.
Alexandra did say, "I don't get the rehearsal that they have in the States. Do they still do it? I have no idea. I mean, why they have to do the thing
Hmm.
twice? Um, is this
Well, in the UK,
is it
you only have the rehearsal with the church part, don't you?
so
In the
in
UK.
the right in the States we have the rehearsal, as it's called, which is actually usually it's a it it's an evening dinner that you go to the restaurant, um,
What?
with the 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 bride's family and the groom's family, so that they meet
Okay.
and chat. And this usually happens on the night before the wedding. That's like when it's
Is
normally done.
is that based on any particular religion or just an American thing?
It's an
Is it like
American thing.
okay?
I think it's there is a if if you've got people from out of town, they usually fly in, and then I
Hmm.
think that they kind of do a, well, let's meet the parents thing,
Okay.
um, and they do it then. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Dokes.
uh, what do you want? What do you want from me? This,
What do you
this
want
is
from me?
this
Okay.
this is a sometimes stupid country. Um,
Anyway, see, thanks as ever to Alexandra. Always great to have her
yep,
feedback. Yeah, as Martin said, we want your feedback. Go and read Alexandra's feedback. Give us your feedback on this. Tell us how much you love us or hate us or how indifferent
yep.
you are. Okay.
Thumbs up, thumbs down emoji.
Next episode, so you can tee yourselves up,
Mm-hmm.
you can collect your favorite blanket or your thermos flask, whatever you want to do to prepare yourself, is about, well,
Hang
you're
on, hang on,
deciding,
hang on,
Martin,
hang
the
on.
next one,
I
aren't you?
was, I was, I was gonna say. So
You're deciding
we
the
now
next one.
take it in turns, um, and I thought, as I did a post on cults a while ago,
Oh,
and
right.
someone was like, "I
Okay.
really want to hear the whole story. I want to hear the story about
So do I,
you and a
actually.
cult." Right.
So do I.
So
I know
so
most of
next
it,
week,
but I'm sure there's some little details that I don't
yes,
know.
yes, it's fun.
Okay.
It's a fun
Cults.
story.
Okay.
Yeah. So next week we're going to be talking about cults. So if you've got any thoughts on cults, have you been in a cult? Have you got out of a cult?
Are
Let
you
me
thinking of
know.
getting into a cult?
Yeah. Do you want to start one? What? Guess yeah. What would you call
Do you want to
your
start
cult?
one? Yeah. By the way,
So
the
let us know.
next episode that's going to be episode 95.
Is it really? Jesus Christ! I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
we are heading towards that weirdly arbitrary
Triple,
100.
yeah, triple digits.
I know, crazy, isn't it?
It's
Anyway,
crazy.
I think
Okay.
that just leaves me to say to find the old
Outro.
outro button. Yeah, I know. There we go. I've hit the button and I can hear the music, which means
For
I
the
get to say
95th time. Yes.
ADHDville is delivered fresh every Tuesday to all purveyors of fine
Hurrah!
podcasts. Please subscribe to the pod and rate us most healthy. And feel free to correspond at will in the comments. But wait, there's more. If you want to see our beautiful, beautiful faces, then
Hello.
sally forth to the YouTubes and the TikToks. And you can also pick up a quill and email us at adhdville@gmail.com. But in the meantime, be fucking kind to yourselves.
And I beseech you, fellow ADHDers, fare thee well with gladness of heart. Oh.
Oh.
There, says the mayor. That's that.